The moment Yamaha closed the curtain on their 2025 season, one truth rose above every excuse, every experiment, and every internal debate. The old ways had finally reached their limit. The M1, once defined by elegance, precision, and a philosophy built around smooth cornering, could no longer carry Yamaha through a modern MotoGP battlefield built on raw acceleration and aerodynamic aggression. Their place at the bottom of the manufacturer's standings wasn't just disappointing, it was a wake-up call. And that wake-up call triggered the boldest decision the factory has made in decades, abandoning their iconic inline-four identity and committing fully to a brand new V4 project for 2026. Into that moment of upheaval steps Toprak Razgatlıoğlu, three-time World Superbike champion, a global fan magnet, and one of the most electrifying riders on the planet. His long-awaited MotoGP debut is finally becoming reality, but the timing could hardly be more brutal. He is not joining a refined project. He is not stepping into stability. He is walking directly into a factory under pressure, rewriting its DNA while trying to stay competitive. It's a convergence of ambition, urgency, and expectation, one that few riders understand better than Jack Miller, who has already admitted he feels sorry for Toprak. And for good reason. Yamaha's V4 is not an upgrade. It is a reinvention of everything that came before it. For Yamaha, this shift wasn't optional. The inline-four had reached a ceiling the team simply could not break. Across several seasons, Yamaha chased dozens of setup combinations, aero evolutions, and electronics refinements. Yet the same core weaknesses resurfaced again and again. Unpredictable performance with Michelin's current tires, lack of edge grip consistency, weak corner exit traction, and a straight-line deficit that forced riders to overcompensate in nearly every braking zone. The modern MotoGP landscape punished those limitations relentlessly. The V4 project is Yamaha's attempt to rebuild their competitive foundation from scratch. More aggressive torque delivery, deeper top-end power, and aerodynamics designed to match the direction the sport has taken. But with new architecture comes a long, uncertain learning curve. And for Toprak, that timing is critical. He is stepping into MotoGP at the exact moment Yamaha is attempting to redefine who they are. For any rookie, adapting to the Premier class demands patience and precision. But adapting while the entire factory shifts to an unfinished concept? That's like learning to swim the moment someone changes what water is. Alex Rins provided the first meaningful clue about what awaits Yamaha's riders. After testing the early prototype, he described it as requiring a totally different riding style. No soft phrasing, no ambiguity. The message was clear. The habits riders built on the M1 no longer apply, and that creates a unique landscape. Riders like Quartararo can't rely on years of Yamaha muscle memory. Miller can't simply transfer Ducati or KTM instincts. Rins must learn from scratch, and Toprak must learn MotoGP, Michelin tires, prototype riding, and Yamaha's evolving V4 all at once. That layered adaptation is steep under normal circumstances. Add in Michelin's front tire behavior, something Toprak has never worked with, and the challenge becomes even more delicate. His extraordinary braking feel, sharpened through years of mastering Pirelli tires and WorldSBK, now faces a new reality. Michelin demands a different rhythm, a different load cycle, and a different understanding of grip release. Jorge Lorenzo, a man who understands Yamaha's philosophy better than almost anyone, has been very clear. The challenge is not Toprak's talent, it is how the Michelin front communicates. And Yamaha must give him the structure and environment to adapt properly. If they succeed, his brilliance shines earlier. If not, the transition becomes unnecessarily punishing. Toprak's goals remain ambitious. He wants to win. That mentality defines him. But as Lorenzo has emphasized, MotoGP rookies rarely conquer their first season, especially within a project still in its construction phase. For 2026, the mission is not domination, it is understanding. It's learning the limits without crossing them, interpreting how far the bike can be pushed, and discovering where his natural strengths intersect with the V4's developing character. For a rider used to fighting for victories every weekend, embracing that slower psychological pace is a challenge of its own. Lorenzo predicts Toprak's true breakout will come later, when he has accumulated mileage, absorbed the subtleties of prototype racing, and when Yamaha's V4 has evolved into something more refined than a first-year experiment. Podiums in 2026 are possible. Consistent front-running? That will likely require time, patience, and a more mature version of the bike beneath him. Above all, Toprak must avoid rushing the process. The price for overreaching is high. The 2025 Valencia Grand Prix offered a glimpse into Yamaha's future, not through results, but through behavior. Toprak was present all weekend, studying the environment, connecting with team members, watching how a MotoGP operation closes a season. But Yamaha also made a deliberate choice. They kept Toprak separated from Miguel Oliveira, the rider he is replacing at Pramac. According to reports, Toprak spent his time inside the garage primarily with test rider Augusto Fernandez, gaining insight without adding emotional friction. Yamaha didn't want Oliveira distracted during his final MotoGP weekend, nor did they want the awkwardness of a departing rider being shadowed by his successor. It was a subtle but revealing decision, one meant to protect the atmosphere inside the team at a fragile moment. Because this transition is complex, Yamaha's internal dynamics are shifting. A new V4, a global star leaving, a superstar arriving, Quartararo defining his own expectations, Rins offering experience, Miller contributing adaptability. Every personality has weight, every rider comes with expectations, and Yamaha must manage them carefully if they want stability during one of the most important development phases in their modern history. That brings us back to Jack Miller. His sympathy for Toprak is not rooted in doubt. It comes from survival. Miller endured Yamaha's toughest period in 2025. He lived through the instability, the unpredictability, the frustration of a bike searching for identity. He knows firsthand how difficult it is to build rhythm when the motorcycle underneath you refuses to cooperate. So when he looks at Toprak stepping into the project at this crossroads, he recognizes the storm approaching. During the Valencia test window, Miller spoke with honesty. Tupra is a good lad, and we've had a couple of good chats. I feel sorry for him. He's been here all weekend and hasn't been able to turn a lap in, so he's itching to go. That quote hits deeper than it may seem. Miller isn't just acknowledging a rookie eager to ride, he's acknowledging how mentally draining it is for a rider whose entire identity is built on feel and connection to be denied that first lap. For a rider like Toprak, momentum begins the moment he rolls out of pit lane, and the longer he waits, the heavier the anticipation becomes. Still, Miller is confident in Toprak's ability to adapt. His remarks reflect the balance of respect and realism. He's a world-class motorcycle rider. He'll adapt quick enough. He's got experience on different manufacturers, albeit in Superbike. I'm sure he'll sort this one out pretty soon. Beyond Toprak's personal challenge, Miller also understands the unique value the rookie brings to development. MotoGP in 2026 will not just be about raw pace. It will be about how each rider's technique reveals new information to the engineers. Miller experienced that dynamic firsthand in 2025, studying data from Quartararo, trading insights with Rins, exploring alternative approaches. With 4 riders bringing 4 distinct styles, Toprak's braking mastery, Miller's cross-manufacturer experience, Quartararo's precision, Rins' adaptability, Yamaha's engineers suddenly have a far richer palette of data to work with. And that diversity could accelerate development in ways the team desperately needs. For Miller, this developmental phase carries personal stakes as well. His knowledge of V4 engines from Ducati and KTM makes him uniquely valuable. If he helps Yamaha shape a competitive V4, he strengthens his case to stay in MotoGP beyond 2026 and position himself well for the upcoming 2027 regulations. Riders with his breadth of experience are rare, and Yamaha knows it. Meanwhile, another layer of pressure forms over Toprak's arrival, the uncertain future of Fabio Quartararo. Fabio has stated publicly that he will not wait forever for Yamaha's V4 to become competitive. His patience has a limit. And if Yamaha fails to progress quickly, the possibility of him leaving becomes very real. Should that happen, the responsibility to carry Yamaha's future would fall directly onto Toprak, possibly as early as 2027. He is not just Yamaha's next rider, He is Yamaha's insurance policy, and everyone in the paddock knows it. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and once you're done, click on the video on your screen right now.